I'm Sedrick Hayes. I'm with the Blacksburg Police Department as a lieutenant. You spell my name Sedrickhayes.
Perfect. All right. Run me through kind of your last Wednesday. From when I was talking to the family, they said that you were heading into work and you heard the call. Can you just run me through what all happened?
I was coming back towards the office. The call was, it came out over the radio as a woman in labor, and she's in the parking lot of CVS. Well, I was on Main Street, and CVS was right behind me, and I was like, well, I'm right here. So I flipped the UE, made my way over that way. I kind of knew I was going to get there first because it was just that close. It was like perfect timing. Pulled in the parking lot. Dad's standing outside on the passenger side. He said some expletives. This is, you know, he was excited. You could tell, and you could see Mom. She was obviously in labor. She was in the passenger seat, and I got out, made my approach, and he's like, and I don't want to say the expletives. That's what
you don't have to.
Right. So, you know, it all goes to comfort for her. Yeah. So, you know, I got down there with her. You could obviously see that the baby was crowning. She said, I need to push, and it was time. And you could obviously see, well, all right, here we go. Put my hands down. She made her initial push. Baby made entry into this world. One more push. Baby came out. Immediate instincts is just, you know, make sure the baby's breathing, make sure everything checked well for her. Obviously, it was a girl in my hands. She made a good cry, and it was like, oh, okay, she's good. Mom's looking good, you know, and just continue that comfort, that care for her. We did what I remember through my own child's birth, that kangaroo care. Mom, you hold her, keep her warm. And then, you know, you want to protect the mom's modesty. You want to cover up while all the responders are coming in. Mm-hmm. So we just take welfare for her, make sure baby's okay. Baby was doing great. It was beautiful.
That's an experience.
It was.
That's your second experience of delivery. I mean,
yes. This is my second delivery on duty. First one was a boy. Second's a girl. That one we did in her bathroom. That was a chaotic experience because I was a new officer. I was in my second year on duty.
Wow.
And I just happened to be checking my mail at my apartment, and the call comes out, and I was like, oh, I'm right here. Went over there to assist with that delivery. He's now 22 years old. He's in college. Yeah. I went to go buy a car, and his dad was my car salesman. So it's like, wow, you run into these people here and there. And so,
man, I mean, how kind of special is that moment though too? Do you kind of, I mean, did you what emotions kind of go through your head after something like that?
The adrenaline, like, you know, it's exciting. You're in somebody else's moment. It is all about their moment. Yes, it's on the side of the road or it's in their bathroom, but you know, you're thrust into their moment. Yeah. And you know, we as cops get done. We are in people's moments a lot, and this one's a happy one. And you know, I was glad that everything worked out. And then you just want to kind of take your step back and let them have it. It's great, like having her come into the PD the other day, and I get to smell her and hold her, like that was special to me.
Yeah, that's going to be my next question, was how special was it to kind of see the family come in and be able to say thank you, get to meet the baby, and kind of have a more formal introduction?
It's nice to have that moment. You know, they brought me a box of donuts, and to have the baby in your hands again, this time, you know, clothed, and you know, I've always had an infatuation with babies. I love to smell them, and that was my moment. That hey, you came in this world, you was in my hands, and now you're all cleaned up, and yeah, it was nice. She had her eyes open when she came in here, and you know, she was just comfortable. She walked around the baby did not walk around the whole PD, but we did a tour together, and she's just the calmest baby. Every time I talk to the mom and dad on the phone, I always ask, how's everything going? They tell me, oh, we're getting plenty of rest, and that's exciting.
That's what they were telling me. I mean, she lasted the whole interview with right there in Mama's arms the whole time while we did the whole interview.
Right, not a disturbance one. You know, and to be a part of that moment is fantastic. I was very fortunate.
Is that kind of, I mean, is those the kind of special moments as a police officer too? You know, sometimes like you were saying, you've got moments that are not always the best moments for people's lives, but then you also get to experience some things like this. Is these the kind of moments that'll stick with you, maybe when you're done and say, hang it all up?
They do. They really do. I mean, unfortunately, you know, in this line of work, I'm there for the good and I'm there for the bad. This is one of the great ones. And yes, you cherish this. You put it in there. You know, they always say that, you know, we need to leave our work at work, but this is when it comes home. You know, this is the one that you have your conversation about. I went and bragged to my own kids like, hey, I was a part of this, you know, and that's a good time. My oldest daughter told me, cool. And I was like, thanks, you know. And it, you know, when these kids go on to grow up, you know, hopefully you see them somewhere and you're like, hey, I got something with that, you know. And that's a good thing, because you know, like when the first one, going to buy a car, I'm just here on the car lot walking around. Dad comes out, we look, and we're like, hey.
I've seen you.
Yes, and I mean, we've had conversations in the past, but it was like, hey, and instantly went back to that moment, and that's great to be a part of. So hopefully I'll have that same experience down the road as baby Olivia as she grows, or, you know, you see her at kindergarten or whatever, you know, because I'll still be around.
There you go.
So.
Oh, shoot, that's awesome. Anything else you want to add, say, maybe something I've forgotten to ask about?
Well, it was all Mom's doing. I was just blessed enough to be a part of it. That's what I'll say. Mom, she did a great job. She handled it like a champ. As me and Cam, the dad, was talking, it was all her. She was strong. I couldn't do what she did, and she did wonderful.
That's kind of what they were telling me. It's like, I mean, it literally just happened all at once, kind of like.
They told me contraction started about 7:30.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Olivia was here by 8 o'clock. So 30-minute window of getting it. And it was fortunate enough that they pulled over and they didn't do it on the side of the road, because, I mean, that would have been a nerve-wracking experience to give birth while driving. And, you know, I was just glad to be there to help.